All right, welcome to the Franchise Time Machine. Wow, I sound really. Oh no, there we go. My volume was off. Okay. Thank you for being here, everybody. Let's see. Wasted Height. Thank you for the scritches for Crouton. I will take care of that channel point redemption right now. Hey, buddy. These are Wasted Height scritches. There you go. There you go. All right, scritches have been delivered. I've got the pack giveaway form already in the chat. And we've got our special guest EzraDenn also in the chat. We're going to go ahead and get the voice chat started after I get the game set up. So let's go ahead and take care of that now. Ezra's going to be playing the original version of Creator Roster. So let's set up the quick start number version 3. How do you set all players in a fiction leave to average? I had to create an entire average league. I created one average player and just cloned that player over and over. If there is a way to set an entire league to average and I missed it, I'm gonna feel really dumb. Because it took like 2 streams to set that league up. Now in editor, it will tell you what major league average is. That helps a lot. And then I looked up like what the average major league player's height and weight were. What else? I think service time. I looked up average service time. But for most of the pitching and batting ratings, it does show you what the league average is. So I went into the 2025 Major League season and used those league averages. Let's see. This is Creator Roster and OOTP27. EzraDenn. Version 1 will be optimistic and think maybe Ezra might come back and play again. For some people who find WWE, I have thought about going version 001, but I haven't done that yet. Alright, Ezra is going to... Oh, let me go ahead and put his roster file up here. Let me resize this so you can see the whole thing. Alright, Ezra is going to take over the Yankees today. He wanted to stay as far away from the Dodgers as possible. I thought the easiest way to do that was just to take over the Dodgers and just eliminate them completely, but at least in OOTP27, Ezra, I didn't see much statistical difference between scrub closers and scrub relievers. They're just all terrible. And in general, closers are 10% left-handed, while relievers are 25% left-handed. Or that's how they generate. So EzraDenn, commissioner mode cannot be fired. All right, we're going to update some mailbox settings. These do not import when you open a quick start. So we have to do this every time. Nor do the manager options. So we need to uncheck these. And then we're going to delete out the Yankees. This is the other reason I thought Ezra might take over the Dodgers. The first thing we do is we destroy the entire roster. We just delete it from existence, which is kind of fun. That is true. Ezra was going to take over the Giants, and then I suggested to him that the meta is to take over a good team, and then maybe he rethink that. Although, to be fair, Deli Sports currently has the record, and he took over Miami. And Max took over the Athletics, which just seems kind of crazy in hindsight. All right, so I just deleted out the rosters. I should have done it on stream so you could share the satisfaction. But these are the players we're going to create. We'll come back to this between every level, partly to refresh my memory, but also to let people know what's going on. So Ezra's going to go shortstop, center field, starting pitcher. And actually, this is probably a good time to set up the voice channel so we can ask Ezra about his choices. Let me go ahead and do that. All right, Ezra's in the lobby. I'm opening up the gaming channel. All right, welcome in, Ezra. You should be in the stream now. Oh, wait, I'm not in the channel. There we go. How about now? Oh, Ezra left. Let me bring him back in. All right, you're back in the channel. Can you try saying something? Let's see. The box in Discord is not getting highlighted, so I think Discord's not picking up your mic.
That's what it was.
There we go.
Trying to default my mic to it keeps trying to default my mic to the to my webcam.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we've had that happen with other folks before too. So thanks for figuring that out. I have a much better
mic than my webcam.
Now, can someone in chat let me know if Ezra's relative volume is okay, or do I need to boost him? I cannot boost myself any higher. I am as loud as I can get.
As Rachel has learned.
I actually have Discord at 50%, so I can actually take you a lot higher if people can't hear you.
Can you take me higher? Oh, Lucy did not like that.
All right. You don't. Max says we don't what? We don't need Max. You don't need Ezra to be louder.
Oh.
Or we don't need Ezra singing.
I mean, yes. More than one thing can be true.
That is true. It could be an or an and. All right. Until we hear otherwise, let's go ahead and start discussing. So, as usual. Oh, you know what was interesting? I was setting up the title slide for tonight. And I'll put that back up here for a second. This is episode 674. I went back to get a copy of this slide so I could just update it. Because it has Crazy Crab on it.
The exact same thing.
Well, the last time you were on was apparently episode 574. So it's been exactly 100 episodes.
Like clockwork.
Yes, perfect. Or as Lap would say, synchronicity.
Yeah, that's right. He loves the police.
All right, so do you have any anything you want to share about how you came up with your roster file? I did check it. It is good to go. There are no issues with it.
No, I mean I think it's probably pretty bog standard. Everybody wants a shortstop and a center fielder as a star player.
Yeah.
I might have gone a little starting pitcher heavy. I think I have my worst starting pitcher is average.
Yeah, I think that actually might be even relatively conservative.
Well, I mean, so one concern I have, and here's where being an older baseball person maybe doesn't help me, because the way that OOTP, fatigue in OOTP makes me concerned that my team is so rotation heavy versus relievers. We'll see.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I think this is a relatively balanced approach compared to some of the others we've had. We've been some have been very pitcher heavy, some
Well,
have been more
yeah,
offense heavy.
Delhi with the all five starters being the star, being the legends and the star. That's
Yeah,
aggressive.
this has become kind of a Delhi Sports trademark where he starts the cycle. He'll do one pitching first team, and then he'll do another batting first team, and then
Mm.
he'll do like runs where he tries to figure out the balance between the two.
I'm happy that he also used my closer idea of just deciding to take closers instead of crappy closers instead of crappy relievers.
The
Part
only
of my
thing,
theory is
like,
that closers will have higher stuff.
so that seems to be a pretty common opinion. When I tested it in 25, in OOTP25 at least, it didn't seem to be statistically significant. But, things have changed a lot too in 26 and 27, and I haven't run that test again yet.
Right.
The only thing we did see is you'll probably have a very right-handed heavy bullpen because closers generate at 10% left-handed and relievers generate at 25% left-handed.
Hmm. Well,
That's
interesting.
the only real difference I noticed in 25. All right, well, let's get to it then. So that the rules for each position level combination. I'm going to show you 5 players you can pick from. Whoever you choose goes on the team. The other 4 get deleted. And this year in OOTP27, you get one re-roll round where you can replace all 5 of your choices
I'm looking
with
forward to that.
brand new picks. Yeah.
Although
Oh,
I've been surprised how often the reroll hasn't been used.
I know a lot of people have taken them into the locker room with them after the player creation, especially in low ball. In low ball, it's not gotten used a lot more, I think.
I wonder if the players are just too bad. They're already so bad that you're just like, I don't even need to do this.
Yeah, or if it's like, you know what, I don't want to risk getting a batch that's even better, so let's just go ahead and take someone here.
Oh, that's also, yeah.
Yeah. All right, well, let's do this. First up is a legend level shortstop. I'm sure as a big Derek Jeter fan, that's who you're kind of looking for.
I think you mean Derek Jeter.
All right, to create players, we go to the manager pull down menu, GM and manager actions, sign a free agent, and we're in commissioner mode, so we get this actions pull down. We can import historical players, which you do for some of our games, and then tonight we'll be creating fictional players. And it is shortstop. Average age. All of our players will be average age, and then legend level. 5 of these. And let's make sure this is the dead ball view. Let me give you the regular creator roster view.
Heinen is very kindly exhorting me to go. I think he wants me to leave, actually.
Kynan360, thank you for the sub. 13 months, 12 in a row, and Kynan also is going to be playing tonight, so
Oh, nice.
very excited about that. Yeah, he'll be playing low ball.
Oh, low ball is fun, although it's weird to me how I'm bad at regular, and then I'm bad at low ball. All of a sudden, I build a good team.
The thing about low ball is very weird to announce too, because
Right?
when you
You're
say
like,
something's
"Please
good, you actually mean it's bad.
please lose. It's like those guys who announce for tanking teams.
There you go.
Let's see here. Ooh, I'm gonna have to full screen this. I'm getting old. A little. Wow, that is fuzzy. I'm gonna let's see if refreshing my screen will make me feel less old. Oh, okay, that's exciting. Oh, that's much better. Okay. So one of the things, none of these guys will help with the whole short porch thing, which, that's one of the reasons I took the Yankees.
True.
So the first thing I want to look at is range, and we got a couple of nice candidates there. Although, those guys are pretty similar, honestly.
I can also delete players if you want to get a couple players closer together to compare them.
I think it's going to be Chin Yao.
Chin Yao Ran?
Yeah,
right.
A 75 BABIP and 80 power and the best defense, almost the best range and everything else, it's not a bad pick.
All right. Yeah, I think that's where I would have gone too. I think all around best bat. I think second best defender, but like you were saying, I think she has the attributes I'm looking for a shortstop, which is the range
Yeah.
and turn double play.
Although very sad not to be taking a player named Bolognese.
Oh, but his nickname is Lick.
Wow. I mean, speaking of Derek Jeter.
Chin Yao Lick ran.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. Legend level.
That nickname feels like it's racist.
There's a story behind that name Lick somewhere. Okay, I think this is one where every once in a while I will look up a name in BREF to see if it actually comes from a ball player. Lick. Lick is the nickname of Alex Malloy, who played in 1910. One season. Alex Lick Malloy. All right, average. Adding him to the Yankees. Ezra's new favorite team.
I just want Bob Shepard to say my name. That's all.
Next up, center field. Looking Willie Mays here.
If they wish to give me Willie Mays, we could just. I should play that.
Someone did ask if they could play this, or actually they wanted to play studs and duds, which is where you get 20 bench level players and 6 legend level players. But they wanted to use historic players for their 6. And I was like, we could do that. It just won't be like a leaderboard run, but we can do it as like a historic game. I thought that was actually a fun idea. So this time, in addition to the power guys, you've got a couple power eye guys and one high contact guy. Oh, we lost Ezra. Ezra has left the voice channel. We'll give Ezra a second to come back. I'll keep an eye on the regular chat too, in case he just shows up there. We can do this from the regular chat too, Ezra, if you can hear me. Oh, Ezra's back in the lobby. Let me pull him into the gaming channel. Ezra, you have returned. Hold on, I have you muted still. Okay, you're back in the channel too.
I am a serial window closer, and closed. I was like, I'm done with Discord. I'll close it. So you missed all of my incredible ruminations about these people, but the answer is David Ruiz.
David Ruiz. Okay, you're going power eye.
I'm going power eye lefty.
Yep.
And also, he's got the same BABIP as everybody else, which is nice.
Yeah.
Not that splitty, and some of the best defense out there.
It's also kind of rare to get 80 power with this high void K.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like this guy. I like this guy a lot. I think he's this is a triple crown candidate, I think.
It pretty much came down to him and Bailey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Bailey was also a lovely choice, but I liked 80 power is hard to ignore.
Yeah, it's Bailey with 5 more power and 10 more eye, right? So.
Yeah, the 10 eye was like a big factor for that.
All right, David Ruiz.
The game's easy when you're picking legends.
Well, the 26 legend version didn't really get a lot of traction. You know, the crazy thing is, I have done 26 Legends just to kind of test it, and it
Right.
still only wins like 130 some games. It still manages to lose 20 some games.
Huh.
It just goes to show how hard it is to win fictional baseball
Yeah.
games.
Yeah. I guess the RNG just will throw you a curveball.
All right, let's see. Starting pitchers. This should be fun. 2 legend level starting pitchers.
I really got to figure out how to turn off that damn noise.
Oops. Yeah, there we go. There's the pitching view.
All right, let's see what we go. Ooh, I'm seeing some good stuff already.
Yeah, there's some really good profiles here.
It's hard not to look at Jesus Andrade. So, one of the things that I'm looking at, since we're going to play half our games at Yankee Stadium, is home runs versus lefties.
Yep.
And Andrade does a very nice job against that, as does Blackridge. But Andrade, I think, has better other stats than Blackridge.
Yep.
Although it's very close.
He's also got 10 more stamina.
The 10 stamina and the 5 stuff are both, I think, and extreme. Well, you know, I love extreme ground ball. Despite your test. So, yeah, it's going to be Jesus Andrade.
Okay. Let's go Jesus Andrade.
Sounds like a telenovela character.
Izzy. Jesus Izzy Andrade.
If your name is Jesus, you don't have a nickname.
This, I think, is a you've actually got a true legend level starting pitcher here. I think you got like one of the good ones.
Yeah, I've noticed in some of the other runs like that you have not been impressed with the or that maybe the RNG has not been so kind to.
Part of it too, I think, with starting pitchers too, the profiles that are good are a little different than in the past. Like, they don't pop as much on the page, but they end up doing great still in the regular season. So I think part of it is like I've had to learn to kind of readjust my expectations too. All right, another starting pitcher. This finishes out your legend level round.
I may or may not also be drafting my 6L right now. All right, so, wow. Carl James, right off the top, is just sort of jumping out there. That is some.
Yeah, I mean, if you want HRA versus lefties, he's your guy.
Yeah, that he sort of. I mean, there's several good choices here, but I like Carl James the most.
Yeah, I agree. He's a good one. I mean, 2, I think, true legend level pitchers here, especially this one being a lefty with your short porch. I think is a good choice here. Jose Ito is the nickname.
Wow, that's random.
All right, that is the legend level round. You can do some 6L picks while I get this guy onto your team, and I'm going to remind everybody what you have coming up next. As we go down to the star level, we've got another starting pitcher, third base, second base, and a catcher.
And now, is this? I feel like this is high for catchers, but I actually like having a good catcher.
Yeah, I think it was more important to have a catcher high in like OOTP27 when framing was really important.
Yeah.
But I still think, you know, the defense now, like we've shown in the experiment, that it is important again. It does matter again. And
but not as much.
Still not as much. The reason framing was a big deal was it was affecting every play.
Yeah.
And so it made the catcher very important. But yeah, I think star or good is where I would probably be drafting catchers these days in creator roster. So this is a third starting pitcher. Now, what tends to happen is you go down levels, at least to star and good, is you'll still get some top tier players, but there's a lot more variability in who you get. So
yeah, I'm also wondering if the best use of the reroll is early on.
I mean, the reason I think it seems that way is because people keep walking away with it in their pocket.
Yeah, yeah. I think it's either Juarez or Navarro. And so Juarez has a little more HRA. They both have the same HRA versus lefties. I like that 5 points of control for Navarro. I'm considering using my redo here. Oh, look, Max and I on the same page. You know what? Let's do it. We're
All right, let's do it. This guarantees you will not take it into the locker room with you when you're done. So
now let's see if I get better than. I'm just trying to remember what Juarez and Navarro looked like to see if I actually get a better anything.
I think this is a clearly better batch.
Oh yes. Yes.
That was a great use of the reroll.
It's either going to be Barry or Padilla. And ooh, man. Extra stamina. Oh, great, PBE. Right over the players I'm looking at. Thanks. No, welcome in. Thank you for raiding the franchise.
PBE Sim, thank you for the raid. Welcome in, Raiders. Hope you had a good stream. We were watching EzraDenn play Creator Roster tonight.
We're gonna go with the extra stamina, John Barry.
John Barry. Yeah, I think in this format the stamina is pretty important.
Well, especially given the mistakes I've made with my bullpen. I think that we want our starters to go deep.
There have been people who have built a stronger bullpen, in which case one of the benefits of that is you can go a little lighter on stamina if you have better options. Yeah. But I think with most typical bullpens, the stamina tends to matter.
I mean, but this guy had the advantage of having good stamina and also having the main thing I was looking for, the home run versus lefties.
Yeah, you weren't having to lower the bar to take the stamina. You were still getting a good pitcher. All right, star level third baseman.
Kind of looks like Hideki Irabu.
Also, Z Grizzly, thank you the 55 stream watch streak.
Wow. Tonight I'm hoping to find out if Rachel's watch streak broke because she didn't.
I do know that if you miss one, it'll let you extend the streak if you watch the next one.
Oh, okay. Darn it. That would be funny if all of a sudden Cardinal fan was like on a 150 something streak and Rachel's all Rachel's on a 1 streak. Is it set? Look.
Oh, do you have to watch the VOD, Max? I thought you could just watch the next episode.
Marriage is not at all about a constant string of battles for.
It's the VOD. Okay, you do have to watch the VOD apparently.
Ooh, Rachel could be in trouble. So this is second base, right? Yeah.
Third base.
Yeah, I don't know. I have a quixotic love of third base. So no lefties, so that's out.
All these bats are good though. We've found that these above average, even if they're flat, when they're like 60 or above across the board, they end up being very good hitters.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's either Grams or Taylor, and their defense is pretty much the same. The arm on Grams might be and better speed and stealing, so we're going to take Grams.
All right.
We're giving up a little power and eye, but we're taking slightly better arm on defense.
And overall, much better defender, right? 60 versus 45.
Yeah.
And his nickname is the Mad Monk, which I think definitely puts him over the top. And look at this. Swiss Army knife. First, second, third, short, and right.
And that's not nothing.
Yeah. No, in this format, I do think it does matter.
That is very helpful. Because, to go back to what we were talking about in terms of stamina, like now he becomes a backup at so many positions, and then maybe I don't lower my stamina as much.
Yeah, yeah. All right, next up is second base.
A Mac Monk.
Average age, star level, 5 of these.
He's just really mad that everyone else took a vow of celibacy for. Oof. All right, here's where maybe I should have saved the reroll.
I don't know. I think this is a decent batch.
I don't mind Miles for the lefty power.
I also think Tumor is interesting. I wouldn't necessarily take him, but he's interesting.
Yeah, Tumor is like, you want a leadoff hitter?
It's not a tumor.
You want a super defender leadoff hitter? Here you go.
Yeah.
Oh man. But you know what? I had a plan. Play to the park. I'm gonna go with Miles.
Okay. Yeah. Switch hitter. So half his home at, or a portion of his home at bats will be to the short porch. Yep. This is the guy I thought. This profile is great. 60, 65, 70, 65. I think that's a good offensive profile there.
Yeah. And still, he's in. I mean, he is probably the worst defender of all of them.
Okay, so who is the Knight of Kennett Square? I gotta look this up.
Wow. That is a nickname and a half. That's a nickname with purpose.
It's not pulling up anything in BREF. Oh no, it's Herb Pennick, who is in Perfect Team last cycle.
Oh yeah, I think he has a card this time.
The Squire and the Knight of Kennett Square are his nicknames.
Wow.
That's a very elaborate nickname. Usually nicknames are shorter than the name they replace.
Right, yeah.
All right, let's get this guy on your team.
Actually makes his name longer. That is rare.
And then, are you streaming your regular stream tonight?
I believe so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I got my. I had a work thing today that did. Oh, it was just a mess. But it was still lovely. But it was trying to do. I use the program that I use to stream my thing. I also use for work, and I had never used it on a Mac before, but. My president really wanted me to come run this thing in person.
Yeah.
And so I took my laptop, which I hate, is a Mac. I've always hated laptops. And I took it, and then I was like, I've never used StreamYard on this thing. It's totally different. This is bad. So some learning on the fly went on. All right.
These are all good defensive catchers, by the way.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty happy with this choice. I kind of lean. Do I lean Schrock over Rosado? I kind of like. Rosado's got more eye, which is nice. But less power and less avoid K. I like high avoid K and high power. That's always a nice choice.
Yeah, especially modern era.
Yeah. And Rosado can actually run a little.
Yeah, it's true. 60 steal. That's not nothing.
Yeah, so we're going to go Rosado.
Okay.
Although, I like both Schrock and I like Simmons. But I think Rosado with the defense.
Yeah, I don't think you could go wrong with either of those two. They look like good players.
Well, I'm going to go wrong.
All right, we're going down the level now to good level. And this is the one round where it's only 3 players, so it goes pretty fast. Starting pitcher, your first relief pitcher, and a left fielder. And I do think it's good when players take at least a couple relief pitchers at average or better, which you are doing. You're taking one at good and one at average. So I think that'll help you a lot.
Yeah, I think you get into. I think this game now, baseball in general, and I think OOTP is. I mean, starters just aren't gonna pitch 7 innings,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you have to work under that assumption.
All right, 5 of these. Good level starting pitcher. Yeah, here we go. That's their batting, so don't be alarmed. There we
These guys suck.
go. They all have decent stamina, so that's good. You can kind of
Yeah,
take that off the table a bit.
yeah. Hmm.
And I think these are the profiles I was underestimating quite a bit when OTP27 started. Is when they're like 55s and 60s, they don't look that
Yeah,
impressive, but they can still
yeah.
play pretty well.
I mean, Mesa is sort of the most. If you just do um, uh, the CWIT, I'm just gonna add up the numbers.
Right, right.
Mesa is probably right up there.
He
That
is
I
he,
gotta say
he is also second best stamina.
that just adding up the number thing blew my mind. It
Hmm.
would never have occurred to me in a million years. Uh, I kind of like Mulvaney with the he's up there, and then Ortiz has some good stamina and slightly better HRE versus lefties, which, as we've determined, is a thing. Hmm. I'm gonna say I'm gonna take Meza.
Okay. I like
Oh,
the 55 stuff versus
oh
both sides of Mesa.
yeah. Max would have taken Mulvaney.
Oh,
I
that's
can see it.
interesting. I would have been afraid of the 45 stuff versus lefties
Yeah, I
with
think that
Mulvaney.
I think you know um, because of the park factor, I think that we'll probably see a lot of lefties as well, and so being able to counteract those lefties is
Yeah.
going to be a whole
Okay.
thing.
First pick at good level. I think this worked out pretty well. Good is
Now,
where it starts to get a little dicey. So,
has hold have you done any hold runner experiments in
um,
27?
not yet, not yet. It is one I want to do though because
I'm
stealing
not
does seem to be more important these days. So,
Yeah, but I'm not having played a lot of games.
yeah.
I have not seen a hold runner. Um, I've seen throwing over be very effective, like pickoffs and stuff.
But you're
But
also
I
playing in 87, right?
yes,
All
yes.
right,
So
so
I'm
good
getting
level closer.
a lot of running.
Yeah.
But I agree, Max. There were it was all pretty tasty. So this is my closer. If there's one thing I don't want, it's a closer that's going to give up a home run. So I think as much as Bondison has a lot of nice stuff going on,
Yeah.
HRA versus lefties terrifies me.
Yeah.
Um, it's, mm, I mean, I kind of like Human just for he's got the stuff, he's got the home run versus lefties,
Yeah.
and I'm not that worried about the low control. Now he does give up home runs versus righties, but Yankee Stadium is actually a pretty good stadium for home runs versus righties.
So you
Um,
go
I
Buman.
mean, I could take John Ginn
Yeah.
uh, just to say we're never giving up home runs. Oh, he's ground ball. You know what? We're taking John Ginn.
All right, switching to
Changing
John
it up.
Ginn.
Who is John Ginn?
Oh, no nickname. Interesting.
Uh, well, according to Ayn Rand, if not all of us have nicknames, none of us have nicknames. So
All right, last pick at good is a left fielder.
give me Barry Bonds.
Left field, average age, good level. 5 of these. All right, he cannot pitch. None of these guys can pitch.
Oh no, I think this time it means. I think this is the time. Finally, we're gonna get a guy with that can throw, that can pitch.
I know we. Out of all these thousands of players I've created to test the engine, like
This is it.
not a true two-way yet.
We're due. Um. Hmm. I kind of like in lefty with 70 power and 60 BABIP, hard to pass up. Range, not great, but none of these guys have good range. Yeah, we're going to take Enrique Lopez.
Yeah, for me, he was an instant pick once I saw the pool.
Pilgrim, I thought about just for the eye, the same power with the eye.
Yeah, I'm usually not that opposed to the 30, 35 avoid K guys if they bring enough power eye, but I was a little worried about the 35 defense.
Yeah, that was what as much as Lopez's defense is nothing to write home about, he's a Gold Glover next to
yeah. He's the best offense defense combo, I think, in that group.
The name Steve Pilgrim also was a factor in the decision. Steve Pilgrim is a name that needs to be on the team.
Yeah, that is a pretty great name.
Couldn't quite pull the trigger.
All right, next we go down a level to average. This is where we tend to have the biggest drop off between levels, good to average. And I think it's because the game is trying to target that 2.5 star level. And good is like a little artificially above that. But we have right field, starting pitcher, first base, and closer.
I predict they're all going to be great.
Right field. Average.
I have a good feeling about this.
Average. Now, one thing I'm curious about is, did you have a plan for DH when you put your roster together?
No.
Okay. I think in 25, Smiley Face Jane was the first one to actually start like picking a player specifically as like a likely DH.
Yeah. I mean, but now that I think about it, what I would have done is I would have taken another catcher high up so that my DH was my backup catcher.
So just to let you know, the AI will not do that.
Oh.
The computer will not DH the backup catcher, which we use to good effect on low ball.
Yes, I'm sure, yeah. All right, what are we looking at here? Outfield range looks about the same. Couple good arms. Power versus lefties, not that exciting. I mean, is it Angel Hernandez? It's funny that Angel Hernandez has a crappy eye.
Amazing.
I think we're going to take him just for that.
Okay. Yeah, this is a good profile. It's an above average contact, above average power profile.
Yeah. And I mean, the defense is nothing to write home about, but I don't really write home anymore, so.
All right. Oh, he does play first base as well, so that's a nice little backup there. All right, this is the first average level pick. Actually, after this one, I'm going to make sure I've been labeling everyone correctly, because sometimes I forget to enter, and the name change won't go through, so let's see. Okay, no, everyone's been labeled.
When we're done, by the way, I want to run a weird idea by you that I've started workshopping with. And let's be clear, it's an idea that I will never do because it involves work.
Yeah.
But it's an idea that I was just sort of banging around with Lone Star.
Okay. All right, average
test.
Average starting pitcher. This is your last starting pitcher, so likely your 5-starter.
Man, Dynastic's gonna hate me for writing that mattress thing. I just can't. I can't let go. I'm like a moth to the flame. Mockery is my love language. Oh dear. Can I re-roll again? Um, there's some ugliness here. I mean, I think it's Papadakis just for the home run versus lefties, but
and fun to say name too.
And fun to say name. Um, yeah, I think it's Papadakis.
All right, Jesse Papadakis.
Uncle Jesse. That was the worst round we've seen.
I think so, but you use always start highest rested. You try to avoid this guy.
Yeah, there were no winners in that round.
I want to label him as a starting pitcher too, just in case the. Sometimes the computer will try to replace. I think the
game would be within its rights to go like, this guy seems like a backup. Let's make him a long reliever.
All right, next up is a first baseman.
Wow, this is a really bad 6L team. It's
right,
almost like doing two things at once is not a strength. Well, I mean, based on what we're doing here, I don't love the K, avoid K, but Juan Cruz has that power versus lefties that we're looking for.
Yeah.
And the main BABIP and avoid K guy has a crappy eye and doesn't have any power. So, yeah, we're going to go Juan Cruz.
Juan Cruz is what I imagine if Pedro Serrano were in OOTP. This is kind of what his profile might look like.
I just hope he likes Yankee Stadium.
So one thing I noticed, and I'll talk about it when we put your roster file up when we go to the next level. But yeah, it's after one more player, so I'll mention this when we go back to the roster file. I think it's interesting. All right, one last pick at the average level is a closer. So you have one good level, one average level relief pitcher, which I think is going to help your team quite a bit.
Well, something's got to.
Okay. Actually, there's a couple decent picks here.
Yeah. Once again, not impressed with the HRA rates, but ironically, the worst guy has the best HRA versus lefties. But that's not gonna be enough for me to take him. I am leaning Hinojosa.
Sergio Hinojosa.
But or Guzman. Oh, or Ojeda's kind of an interesting option. Just like he's either going to give up a home run to a lefty or he's going to strike him the heck out. This is an interesting choice. I'm going to go Guzman.
Okay, I would have gone Guzman too.
I think Ojeda had a chance to be a all over kind of.
Yeah.
Either he was going to be great or he was going to be really, really bad.
Dr. Dynastic, thank you for the raid. Exactly 333 raiders.
Wow. We are performing a repertory of Once Upon a Mattress.
As we're playing lowball creator roster, will be not lowball, regular creator roster. That's not a commentary on how your picks are going, Ezra.
Where we're using seems like lowball.
Yes. Okay, so we're going down to the bench level, and this is what I was noticing.
That's right. You've got a new squaddy, somebody else to shoot people in the back tomorrow. What if
So
you shoot yourself in the back?
a lot of people go first baseman in the legend level because that's where you get the most overpowered first baseman, or the chances for the most overpowered first baseman. But then I noticed the first and second place runs are the only ones that did not go first base in the legend level.
I you know I feel like the first base guy is gonna be a power guy enough.
Yeah, I
That
thought I didn't notice that till just now, but I think that's interesting.
I would rather have a on a, I would rather have a skill position get the legend bounce,
Yeah,
because I think that the boost means a lot more to players that are going to touch the ball a lot more.
right, right. Okay, so I forgot to say at bench level you've got center field, left field, relief pitcher, third base, shortstop.
I think this is going to go great.
All right. I do worry about the scrub level closers coming up though.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm excited for these scrub level closers. It's going to be
All right, center field, average
You're
age,
going to be seeing a lot of the back of their uniform as
bench
they
quality.
watch balls sail out of the
Now
stadium.
you did get a great starting center fielder in the legend level round, so this will
Yeah.
definitely be a backup.
Yeah, and we will definitely be trying to lean on not playing. Oh, good lord!
Oh,
Oh, that's
these are not terrible. These are
no.
not
I'm
terrible.
seeing, I'm seeing green. I
Yeah,
love it.
yeah. It's
Um,
surprisingly good batch here.
Look at the defense too.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, well, well. Now, if only any of these guys could turn double plays.
There's a little bit of pop. There's a little bit of defense. There's some stuff to
Yeah,
like here.
yeah. I'm leaning Danny Ramirez because he misspells Ramirez.
Ramirez.
Ramirez. Um, but I'm also looking at Steve Waltke because
Yep.
who knows what he's spelling.
The only 50 power in the batch.
I'm gonna go Waltke.
Okay. Yeah, his defense is 45, but he's got 60 range. So,
Yeah, the 60 range and the arm. He's got one of the better arms.
yeah.
He's got a much better arm and almost as good range as Ramirez.
George Burdell tied the home run record. So, oh, for a day or for a season? Because he hit 3 the other day, right? I also saw he had a game with 8 RBI, which was pretty fun.
Wow.
Yeah, I think he had a 3-run shot, a grand slam, and then I guess he got another RBI somehow. Oh, he tied the. So did he have another 3 home run day today, or did he tie the season record? This is the first bench level single season. Oh, that's awesome.
Nice.
My fake player is going down in the annals of fake history. I'm very
22
excited about that.
And in 80 games, 82, 81.
Still 3 weeks to go in the season.
Wow.
Amazing.
It's funny having, we now here in Oakland have an independent league team, the Ballers, and it's fun to like go to the games and see these guys that are doing outsized things and then realize that they are like at best a backup infielder. Like that is it's so like the relative of like, and how like invested they are and how important it is to them
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
awesome.
All right, this batch not as good as the center field batch. These are your bench level left fielders.
Ooh, yeah.
Again, you went left field at the good level, so this is definitely a backup.
Yeah. The defense leaves.
I was just thinking, your backup center fielder that you just took, his bat might be good enough to be your DH.
Yeah, that's true. He's got a little pop. I'm also actually thinking that Donaldson could be my DH.
Hmm.
I might just say screw the defense, take Donaldson, and just plan on him being my DH.
Do you think Bobby's father? Do you think Bobby's father's name is Sylvester?
Well, it's funny you say that because if that is my plan, I should just take Bobby Pallone then.
Yeah.
And just say you are a DH. You fat
Syl-
tub of goo.
Sylvester Pallone.
Laughing at your own jokes.
No, I'm laughing at it's a what was that show again? The Kirk Cameron
How would
show.
I know?
It's the one where Boner Stabone, his buddy Boner
Oh, I
Stabone,
see. All right.
and his dad is Sylvester Stabone.
Family time? No. Family time.
No,
No.
um,
Growing pains.
Growing Pains.
Yes.
Sylvester
You know what?
Stabone.
We're going Bobby Pallone, and he's
All right.
98.
Yeah, I think this is a good bat. 55 BAB. He's going to strike out a ton, but he's going to get you home runs and hits and a few walks.
That's what DHs do. They strike out. He is an 80s AL DH. All he needs to do is be like 37 and overweight, and he is an AL 80s DH.
His nickname is Bane. Carl Pallone.
Now you have my permission to die.
Carl Pallone, cross-sport star, is amazing. He probably has a very nice airbrushed 18-wheeler, too.
Carl Pallone is the mailman, M-A-L-E.
All right. Oh, another relief pitcher at the bench level. All right, let's see what this guy looks like.
This is going to be great.
And remember, this is just the appetizer. We still have scrub level relief pitchers coming.
Yeah, the scrub closers, I'm excited for. I mean, I partly did it just to see how bad they could... Like, have we ever had a negative HRA?
All right. Unfortunately, this is their batting. It's not this bad. This is their pitching. All right, this is not terrible. Again, this is still bench level. It's not scrub.
For the value of OOTP, like having everybody have positive PBABIP, I'm on board with.
Yeah.
I wish the one person who didn't give up home runs to lefties could find the plate. But I think I'm going to take Chris Nunez anyway for the 45 stamina.
All right.
And the 45. Wait, hold on.
Yeah, okay.
No, I'm going to take Nunez.
Okay.
I was looking at stuff versus lefties instead of HRA versus lefties.
Oh,
Landon Lund is a close second, I think.
Yeah.
But I think because another guy with 45 stamina, but we're going to go with Nunez.
Yeah, I mean, trading 5 HR for 10 control doesn't sound crazy to me. So.
Yeah. Franchise loves how I name every player as if I'm going to pick them.
All right, let's see. Bench level relief pitcher. Let's get him on the squad. Then next up is a third baseman, a backup third baseman.
I'm really hoping that one of these backup infielders can play several spots.
Yeah, you've had some starters who can do it, but it is really important to have some backups that can do it.
Yeah.
Okay, this is not a bad batch here. There's quite a bit of green sprinkled in throughout.
There are things to like here. Now, look, none of them are going to hit home runs, but that's okay. That's not what we're... oh, God, how do I not take...
And you have National League MVP Jesus Uribe.
How do I not take Jesus Uribe? Our Lord and Savior... He's been upgraded from National League MVP to our Lord and Savior. The Father, the Son, and the third baseman. Actually, it's pretty easy not to take him. So, Ihara is the best defender and the worst bat.
Well, if you go by overall defense, that would say it's Yun Kui is the best defender.
Yeah, but... so, now, interestingly, that probably means that he has a number of positions.
Possibly, but often, as Flying WV tells us, the cake is a lie.
No, this time, I think for sure...
The kiss of death, I think for sure.
I really think it's due. And you know what? I bet Yun Kui can pitch, too. And maybe catch.
I mean, he is 60 infield range, 65 toward double A, and 60 outfield range, 65 outfield arm. But We've seen that before, and the cake has been a lie.
Ali. I mean, I'm
All right, look,
thinking-
look here. Here's what we'll do. No matter who you take, we will look at Kihara and see
okay. I'm
what it
tempted
was.
to take Kahara just because I feel like if he can play, but then like if he only plays one, I'm stuck with a crappy. Well, I mean a slap hitter. There are worse things.
A slap hitter who strikes out a lot.
Yeah, welcome to. Wait, why am I even fooling around? It's got to be our Lord and Savior Jesus Uribe.
Okay. And with a
Gotta
name like
be.
Jesus Uribe, he's got to be able to play shortstop too, right?
If you think.
All right, we are going to look at. It's locked in. It is Jesus Uribe. We are going to look at Kihara.
Yeah.
Oh, the cake is not a lie. He plays right field with that outfield range and arm, and he plays all the infield spots.
Yeah.
Wow. But
You
now
see?
let's see what you get though with Uribe.
Wait, can he pitch?
Let's look. Let's look. There's only one way to find out. He cannot pitch.
Oh man.
All right, now let's see what you got under the tree. I mean, you can't beat Jesus Uribe and not have shortstop.
You'd hope.
Or you could. They're base only.
Well, that did not go well.
This is a decent bat, though, especially at bench level. This is an above bench level bat, I would say.
Yeah, but the one position.
That's painful. That's painful.
Once again,
we kind of stopped listening to Flying WV.
Once again, an Uribe has let me down.
We believed Flying WV when he said the cake is a lie. We believe Flying WV when he says, no, go ahead and stand in front of me. I won't shoot you in the back.
Yeah, I clearly, in this case, the cake was not only real, it was delicious.
But you didn't get to eat it. You got to watch Flying WV eat it.
No, because I believed Flying WV. Well, in fairness, I believed the entire infrastructure of this stream. This franchise was just like, well, Flying WV off the bat, have the shirt, always dead.
All right, bench level. This is your last bench level choice before we descend to the scrub level.
I needed to be an iconoclast, but instead I was a follower, and for that,
Ooh,
I failed. Holy moly!
ooh.
This could make up for that last round. Do we risk it again and try Luis Perez to see if wow, there's a lot to like here.
There are some interesting choices to be made here.
I wish that the two guys with better power versus lefties had better eye.
Yeah.
But a 55 avoid K of Jeff Shepard is making me look that way. And that 70 turn double play.
Well, and also I'm looking at this 75 contact versus lefties and 65 contact versus righties too.
Yeah, Garza is nice. And we are going to but gosh, Garza is nice. Garza is not a great not going to turn double plays, but he's got good range.
I see what you mean, though. The 50 power, 55 BABIP is a good combination, too.
Yeah, and the best power versus lefties.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I'm going to go with Shepard.
Okay, especially the 70 turn double play is also, especially compared to 35 for Garza, I think is the...
I mean, part of me was hearing Teddy O in my head saying, why are you spending so long thinking about a player that you hope never plays?
Right.
But to that extent, maybe Garza might have been the answer with that contact and stuff, just because, he's probably not going to play much in the field.
Play second and short. That helps you a little bit in the backup department.
It does, yeah. And I mean, that turn double play will make a difference at both those positions. Yeah, that's right. Min-maxing. That's what it's all about. Well, put a pin in that, Ollie, because that's going to get back to my idea again, I will never do because it would be way too much work. But I'm going to workshop, and some of you people can do it.
All right, someone needs to make the alt ID min-max LP 80.
Oh, if I knew how to make an alt.
All All right, here we go. Down to the scrub level. We got 3 closers, 2 relief pitchers, and a catcher. I am a big fan of the scrub level catcher because you can usually still get a good defensive catcher down there.
Yeah, that's the hope.
Yeah. All right. I don't know about being a fan of this bullpen though. 3 scrub level closers. Let's start with that.
You know, we had to make some tough choices.
I mean, you do have 2 controls that are not red. That's actually decent.
It's not nothing. Yeah, but look at the HRA versus lefties.
Yeah, well.
I mean, look at the HRA in general.
Well, there's 2. There's a 30 here and a 30 here. 30 control here, 30 control there. Yeah. I mean, they're all bad. they're all going to be bad.
There's no good choice here. I think it's gonna be.
Well, Flash EVC the Daywalker is going to be playing Creator Roster next Friday.
I'm doing this.
Yeah, so Ezra is doing it this Friday so that EVC can beat him again immediately, like he did in OOTP27.
I will be in first place for 6 minutes.
Well, this time you'll get to be in first place for 6 days.
Wow.
If you can top the leaderboard.
I'm gonna go with I think Dennis Greer just because he's got some stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
And the stuff is a dessert.
At this point, any rationale will sound okay.
That's right. Yeah. In the land of the blind, the one-eyed man is king.
This is Scrub.
Yeah, I'm going with Dennis because his name starts with D.
All right, next up is another. I think Flash is talking about min-max LP80. Closer, average age, scrub level, another one of these guys.
I mean, maybe you just go min LP80 because the existence of max LP80
That's true.
assumes the existence of a min LP80. Well, the parade of not goodness continues. Although there's slight signs of hope. Not great signs of hope. I think it's Jonathan Robinson.
All right.
The winner of most generic name of the year 6 years running. Jonathan Robinson Seagull.
I also didn't mind Kajiwara or Reinhardt. I'm a sucker for the 30s control guys when the others are 20.
Yeah, I mainly went because stuff in HRA.
He also gives you a lefty in the pen, which is nice.
And yeah, I'm definitely going to be struggling for lefties. And how about that fielding his position?
And it'll be a pleasure to hear Tony Danza call this guy's name out.
Jonathan Robinson.
All right, third and final closer at this level. I'll get this batch up on the screen, and then I'll give Crouton his speckle scritches.
We need to make I'm gonna make a redeem on my channel, Scritches for franchise.
All right, here we go. Here are the choices. Let me go give Crouton his speckle scritches. Hey, buddy, these are some speckle scritches for you. Oh, okay. I gotta say a story that happened to me today. I was out and about at the store, and there was a little kid who was like playing around, and his mom was trying to get him to come along. And I thought she said to him, "Come on, let's go, Speckle." And I was like, "No way! It couldn't have been Speckle." But it did sound like Speckle. I couldn't think of another name though that would sound like Speckle, so I'll never know what it was.
I hope, unlike your cable company, Ollie, I'll be able to cancel one of these guys. I think I'm gonna go Alfaro
Okay.
just because he seems likely to give up a home run. But boy, I should really take one of the stuff guys, but I'm not gonna.
All right. Yeah, I'm a Lunsford or Troy Mitchell fan, but Penita.
I don't even think the batters want to face him in BP. They just get embarrassed.
They have to wait forever for a pitch to
Yeah.
swing at in BP. Yeah. All right, 2 relief pitchers and then your catcher.
I have big, big hopes for that catcher.
This bullpen is gonna be something else. That good and average level relief pitcher are gonna be carrying a lot of water for this team.
Yes. It's a good thing they have stamina.
Yeah.
They're gonna need it. Wow, these guys all look the same at a certain point.
See, I don't know if it's because I do also do so much low ball for everybody, but like I see guys in these pools where I'm like, oh, I would take that guy.
I mean, I'm leaning Jeff Goldsmith.
I mean, just partly because it sounds so much like Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah. And that's how I get a relief pitcher. I'm taking Jeff Goldsmith. You know.
Are we locking in Goldsmith?
You know, the impression was a little too subtle. I was doing some physical work that.
I was laughing at it. I thought it was good. I knew exactly what you were doing.
Yeah, we're going with Goldsmith.
All right. He was my instant pick. When I saw this group, I was like, yeah, Jeff Goldsmith, 100%.
You're like, that guy's great.
I think really what my brain says is that's the worst low ball pitcher of the group. And then the logical part says, oh, then he must be good. Because it's kind of like when you draw, like one of the tricks they teach you is to put your drawing upside down. So you're not drawing what you think a cat looks like, you're drawing what you see. And I think when you flip it over to look at low ball, you spot the good pitcher better.
Is very strange.
Okay, I think we have one more relief pitcher.
Down.
Yeah, oh, you never heard that?
No.
Because if you draw right side up, you tend to draw what you think whatever you're drawing looks like, and that's never accurate. And so when you turn the thing upside down, then you actually start to draw what you see. It's like one of those tricks they teach you when you're starting art.
Huh.
Relief pitcher. Last relief pitcher. Finally, we're done with these terrible relief pitchers.
Yes, now it's terrible catchers.
No, there will be at least one non-terrible catcher, I believe. I have faith. The first trick they taught Ollie North in art was don't eat the paste.
I thought the first trick they taught Ollie North was shredding.
Oh, I thought you were talking about skateboarding, but you meant papers.
Yeah, a lot of 80s skateboarders in my art class.
Or in the White House.
And now the color wheel. Skate or die, man.
Ollie North said, I don't recall. Amazing.
Insert Fawn Hall joke here. Boy. Is it Greg Gonzalez? Is he the best of a bad lot? Or is it... Yeah, I think it's Greg Gonzalez.
I mean, I thought Greg Gonzalez was the worst lowball choice here, so... I think
his nickname should be GG's. Who's the other team? The other guy just smashes the ball and Greg goes, GG, man.
GG's. No, Greg, you got to pitch first. You can't go say GG's yet. You got to pitch. All right. Last pick, last player is a catcher. I believe there will be at least one not terrible choice here.
I
Mostly on
got
the
a great
defensive
feeling
side.
about this.
Mostly on the defensive side. But let's see what we get. These are the no, none of them can pitch. Don't be alarmed. All right. 250 defense catchers.
We know that they can't pitch, so
A 70 blocking catcher.
well, if GG's is pitching,
70 blocking might not be enough.
wow, these are. So Franklin Garcia is the best offensive catcher. So really, you should just say the offensive catcher.
These are some great names, by the way.
Yeah. Josh Rice.
Serafino Marine. Jose Tamagnini.
Manyi, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah, Holly North says, who's picking their backup catcher for their bat?
Hey, man. Galaxy brain, baby. I mean, Serafino's kind of tempting just because he won't strike out.
Yeah, so he can ground into more double plays.
Man, you know, your negativity.
Okay, you know what, though? No matter what happens, we are going to look at Serafino to see if he has outfield. 60 outfield range, 55 outfield arm.
Ooh.
We're going to peak no matter who you pick.
I'm going to take Franklin Garcia.
Okay, Franklin Garcia is the choice.
But yeah, because he reminds me of the puppet in Arrested Development.
Oh, I was thinking he reminds me of my day planner I used to have a long time ago. Okay, let's look at Serafino. He has 60 outfield range, 55 outfield arm. He does have all 3 outfield spots. Holy cow. Flying WV in your face.
Damn you, Flying WV. Damn you. Oh.
No. This is the 4th Reich. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. This is the 4th. Yeah.
Hopefully that's not his nickname.
No. Well, now we got to look. It is not.
Then he'd be in the Trump administration.
All right. So Franklin Garcia is the pick, right? We're locking that in. It's locked in.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Yeah, I think this is a good backup catcher. I like this guy.
And he can't play all 3 outfield positions.
All right. So
I gave up 2 super
Swiss Army knives.
Yeah, super defenders, all because the cake is a lie. Papa Smurf always says the cake is a lie. Duh.
All right. Do you want to do strategy, pitching staff, or lineups first?
Full of hatred. Let's do pitching staff.
Pitching staff. All right. Let's take a look at what we got here at the ratings. I like to stack them by overall rating, and let's see what the computer wants to do for your setup. Okay, it does have all your starting pitchers in the rotation. It did put your good and average relief pitchers at the top.
Boy, you gotta feel good about GG's being a middle reliever.
Yeah. Nunez is your middle reliever used more often, so let's find Nunez.
Yeah, this is gonna be great.
Yeah, these controls are worrisome, but the HRAs are actually not too bad.
This is gonna be great.
What rotation mode would you like?
A couple of them had really good defensive.
No, one was a legit Swiss Army knife. Yeah. It was a Japanese guy. I forgot his name. Which rotation mode would you like? So Papadakis is your number 5. Right down here.
Yeah. I think we're good. And always start highest.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. All right. Lineups or strategy?
The lineups.
Okay. I mean, these are pretty good batting profiles here across the board. Even at the bench, you got some good ones.
Yeah. I have concerns.
All right, your DH is Bobby Pallone.
Yeah, that's what I mean, the computer, I know how the computer thinks, which really It's a damning indictment of the computer, I think.
This is actually not a bad DH profile. Like you said, this is like a typical late 80s, early 90s DH. Just beer league, hit bombs.
Yeah, he hopes there's a keg on first base.
Oh, wait, is that right? Do you have 2 Jesuses?
I think I do, but only one of them is our Lord and Savior.
Wait a second. Did you go 14 pitchers and 12 batters? Or are we missing a player? No, we're missing a player. Who are we missing?
2, 4.
Okay, hold on.
8.
Let's go back to the roster view.
2, 4, 5. Yeah, I have 13 pitchers.
Yeah, okay, you have 4 legends. You should have 4 star. Okay.
4 star. I'm probably missing a scrub that I don't care about.
I might have sent someone to the wrong team. 3 good. 4 average. 1, 2, 3, 4 average. 5 bench. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bench. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 scrub. 1, 2. I mean, it's got to be at this point, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what are we missing? Closer. Relief pitcher. Oh, did I forget to add your catcher? Is he still in the free agency pool?
Catcher? I don't see my backup catcher. That would have really knocked the hitting profiles down a little.
Did I add him to the wrong team?
I mean, that might help me more than it hurts me.
We could do a player search. And we'll search for the term scrub. Okay, yeah, I guess it would be in last name, right? I put it in includes, contains scrub.
He's no Superman.
Oh, there he is. Where is he?
He's a man without a team.
Yeah, okay, well, I'm going to add him to your team.
I mean, we could trade him. Can we, you
know what we forgot to do when we looked at your lineup? We forgot to look at the position coverage.
Oh, right. That should be great.
No, you're fine. You're fine. You're a little thin at third base, but everywhere else you have at least 3 players, so that's good. All right, so now with your other catcher in place, let's just go ahead and redo. It won't change the starting lineups, but it'll at least get the bench right. Yeah, okay. All right, and then what would you like to do for your strategy? You can pick from any of the 8 standard strategies, and we can put one up and you can change it if you want to.
I don't like our speed a little bit. We have some guys who can run, but I still think sabermetric is the answer.
Okay.
Well, yeah, sabermetric. We're a wait for the 3-run home. We're a what was his name from the Orioles? Earl Weaver.
Yes.
Walk and wait for the 3-run home run.
I think these bats are actually pretty good. The question is, can they hit the way past your bullpen?
Yeah. How many games will we win? 7-6.
All right. I think we're good to go. Let me see how we're doing in terms of the next ad break. I'm impressed how you started to incorporate preempting ad runs in your stream, Ezra.
Yeah, it's great.
That's like next level Twitch streaming.
I still don't know how. What is the timer? I don't even. I can't find the timer that tells you like there's gonna like when people are like, oh, I'm gonna pause my ads. I'm like, how do you know?
Oh, if you're in moderator view, you can do it, but I always keep going back to the stream manager view.
Yeah, I use the stream manager.
Yeah, so I have to keep peeking. I'm not as good as most of the other streamers, but I was better than you, but now I think I'm losing that title as well. All right. Well,
Made a
thank you for
career.
being on. This is super fun. And thanks for being in the voice chat.
Of
And
course, always happy to.
I'm going to run the ads for everybody who's doing the pack giveaway. This will be your 3 minute warning. Ezra, I hope you will fill one out too, guessing how your team is going to do. I think it's always
I
fun when the player guesses
I'll
as well.
do that. I'll do that while the ads run.
Okay.
Goodbye, internet friends.
All right. We'll see you in the regular chat on the other side of the ads, Ezra. Thank you so much. All right. Always super fun to do anything with Ezra, so that was a real treat. All right, so yeah, so the pack giveaway form is still open. It is still pinned, and I'm gonna run 3 minutes of ads. I will still ask if people need extra time when we get back, because even 3 minutes can be a little tight to fill out this form. But yeah, see you all in a few minutes. Good luck, everybody. All right, looks like we're back from the ad break. This will be an interesting team. I think one thing about the Crater roster squads is they're definitely not representative of real baseball. I think on the top end they're too good, and on the bottom end they're too bad. Um, we usually have at least a few relief pitchers whose ERAs are like 8, and that isn't going to happen on a major league team. And then I think the legend levels are usually way too good. But they sum together to give us runs in the 120s and 130s, which is what we're looking for. I'll be curious to see, because I think the lineup is very good, but this bullpen I think is very very worrisome. So we'll have to see which way this team nets out. And it's hard to kind of project it because these teams just don't exist in real life. So it's really hard to think through whether these bats can carry this bullpen to a World Series. And Ezra, in case you have to go, maybe I should ask you now: if you make it to the postseason, should I assume you want to go to a 4-man rotation? And then let's give Ezra a shout out too, because he'll be streaming later tonight. You kind of want to go on one now. Let's go shout out EzraDenn. Most nights start streaming, I want to say around 8:30. But not on Saturdays and not on Mondays. But on Saturdays, the Ezra Saturday night live streams have been super fun. Highly recommend those too. It was a seance at was it? I used to say seance at Irishman so many times that I don't remember the real name of it. That was really fun, and now playing Xenonauts 2, aka the Flying WV show. It's just seance of Blake Manor. That's right. And then Xenonauts 2 has been great. I also like the brief spells of was it Europa Universalis was one, and then those didn't last as long on stream, but I enjoyed watching those too. But Seance and Xenonauts have definitely been the highlights to me of those Saturday streams. Yeah, I think the EU was, for me, it was nice to watch it because there's no way I could have committed time to play it, but it does seem like an interesting game to me, and so it's nice to be able to just do other stuff while watching Ezra play it. All right, I haven't seen any new entries come in a while, so I'll ask one last time. Let me know in chat if you're about to hit submit on your pack giveaway form. Otherwise, I will close the form here shortly. I'm going to get ready to show the guesses on the stream. So once I show the guesses, I cannot let new entries in. But if you're not ready to submit but you want to, just let me know in the chat and I'll leave the form open a little longer. All right, we're going to close the form and we'll check out the guesses here. Now keep in mind, the other night, I believe in the late night crew, we had 8 contestants and 30 viewers. 8 out of 30. Very good ratio of participants. Today we have 217 viewers. And I'm about to close the form. And we have 4 participants. The late night crew is very engaged. All right, here are the aggregated guesses. I mean, I think people are feeling pretty good about this roster. 3/4 think this team will make the playoffs. 3/4 think they'll win the division. Half think it'll make it to the World Series. and one thinks it'll win the World Series. I think a lot's going to be riding on that bullpen. 1/4 think there'll be a Cy Young award, but 3/4 think there's an MVP award winner here. So a lot more confidence in the lineup. All right, so now let's see what the game thinks. Let's go ahead and save this. I should have done this earlier. And also save as a quick start. Create a roster, OOTP27, EzraDenn, version 1. It's always fun to hear like the person's thought process they make the choices. I think extra fun hearing Ezra, partly because he's such an entertaining person, but also because he plays so much base game. It was really kind of eye opening for me to hear how he's making his decisions after playing all that base game, because he watches these games pitch by pitch. So I think he has a very different perspective than a lot of people who come on here to play. Okay, so I've saved the quick start and the game. So now we'll go to opening day. It's generating MLB season predictions. Now this is before the start of the Tokyo series, so it is not going to be our opening day, but we can go to MLB reports and info preseason predictions. Okay, 113 win Yankee team. The current record is 124, but second place is 113. So the projection's already at second place. Can a little bit of RNG, or frankly, maybe just bad RNG during this projection, could this be a 124 win team? It likes the offense a lot. 1,129 runs, a 285 team batting average, 333 home runs, and 19 stolen bases. This is from running Sabermetric. 333 home runs. This is also the number of viewers that Dr. Dynastic brought in today. So coincidence? The pitching, though, not so great. 4.2 ERA. Still, I think, among the best in the league. Maybe second best behind the Rangers. So not too bad. I think the problem is going to be, when do those runs get scored? Are they going to be in high leverage relief pitcher innings or not? Let's see from a player perspective. It really likes the starting pitchers you created. Your two legend pitchers are 1 and 2, and your star pitcher is 3rd. And it likes your bats. 1st, 3rd, 4th, and 6th best batters in the league projected, including 52 home runs and a 344 average from Ran, 37 home runs and 322 average from Miles, 40 home runs and a 317 average from Ruiz, and 51 home runs and a 267 average from Cruz. So let me screenshot these. All right, let's go to opening day. Ezra's team. Oh, we're also going to change the name of the team. This way I don't have to. This way I won't keep saying Yankees by mistake. Oh, I didn't hit enter after create a roster. Okay. So we have to sim to our opening day, which is the 27th. The Cubs sweep the Tokyo series over the Dodgers. That's nice to see. In honor of EzraDenn, the Cubs swept the Dodgers in the Tokyo series. All right, we'll go to the scores view. We'll hide scores, and the season opener is a home opener against the Milwaukee Brewers. All right, top of the second after a scoreless first. Runner on first for Collins. Fly ball to left, and the left fielder is just kind of jogging after the ball. The throw in, cut off, throw to second is not in time. So it'll be second and third with one out for Durbin. Line drive to center. The throw in is not in time, but the trail runner is held at second. So 1 run scores. We go to the bottom of the fourth. 2 outs and a 1-2 count to David Ruiz. Ruiz is one of the power I guys on this team. And that's gone. Deep to right center field. 412 feet. I like it says first hit of the game for the EzraDenn. Yeah, you broke up the no-hitter with a home run. That's awesome. All right, top of the fifth. Runner on second for Frelick. 1 out and a 2-2 count. Ground ball to first. Oh, it's that big hop that Ezra sometimes tells us about, which means he's going to be safe. And he was safe. Right, so Ezra's told us about this. Let's watch this replay again. When the ground ball takes this big hop, that big hop right there, he's going to be safe. Even though it looks like there's plenty of time. I learned that from watching EzraDenn. All right, runners on first and third now for Yelich with 1 out and a 2-2 count. Get some swinging. That's a big strikeout. As we get to... Oh, we got out of the inning. Bottom of the sixth. EzraDenn's team is up. Runner on first. Full count. Checks the swing. Draws the walk. First and second. For Tyler Graham's 2-2 count. The pitch gets away from the catcher. And the runners advance. Second and third. Full count. Another walk. Bases are loaded. Shin Yao ran. Oh, this guy's predicted to have a huge season. It would be nice if it started right here. Lick. That's right. Lick takes it deep to right field. Grand slam. Grand slam by Lick. It is now a 5-1 lead. Totally broke the game open. Top of the eighth. Oh, the Brewers are threatening. Second and third. 1-2 count with 1 out. Line drive to center. Center fielder is under it and puts it away. I was worried about that because sometimes in that animation when the center fielder just kind of like nonchalantly goes on the ball, then has to jump and the ball goes over their head. I was worried that was what's going to happen, but he does squeeze it for the out. A run scores and a sac fly. As we go to the bottom of the eighth, looking for some insurance runs here. 1 out and a full count to Lopez. Lines it to left field. That's a base hit. But we go to the top of the ninth. When it does this with 2 outs, it usually is a sign that the game is surrendering. Get some swinging. Game over. 5-2 victory. Grand slam by Lick proves to be the difference in the game here. Probably player of the game, right? Yep. C. Ran. Player of the game. James went 6 1/3, scattered 7 hits and 1 walk, 1 earned run and 6 strikeouts. Very nice. Good start to the season. Leading the league in everything. Oh, that's because only National League games have been played. This was the only game played so far. All right, let's run the rest of the month. We'll do March and April before we take a deeper look at what's going on here. So 2-1. Kind of bouncing between second and third in the division. Batter of the month. Lick is the batter of the month. We'll take a look at his stats. Chandler Simpson's hitting .468. Fernando Tatis Jr. hitting .450. Chinyao Ran, aka Lick, is hit for the month. Hit 385 with 10 home runs, 26 RBI, 28 runs scored, and a 467 on base percentage. Wow, huge season so far. He also must have hit 2 home runs in April because he's up to 12 home runs already. All right, 18 and 13. 4 teams tied with 18 games in the AL East. This is going to make it tough to top the leaderboard, but I think this team is nicely positioned to make a postseason run. Z Grizzly Scriptures for Crouton. Thank you for the channel point redemption. There you go, buddy. These are some Z Grizzly Scriptures for you. There you go. There you go, buddy. Okay. All right, let's run May. Look at the Padres. All right, let's look at the Padres. 22 and 8. Wow. Dodgers 17 and 14, and then the Rockies are the reverse Padres. They're 9 and 21. Yeah, the Padres are killing it. I'm sure part of that is Tatis Jr. hitting 450, 28 RBI, 1270 OPS, 2.4 WAR, 2.4 WAR in a month. Amazing. Although, I mean, Ezra's team's got 2 guys with the 1200 OPS, and Chinyao Ran has a 2.5 WAR. He's actually got higher WAR than Tatis Jr. All right, let's do another month. All right, Ezra's team bouncing between first and second, now down to third. When the division's this tight, there is going to be a lot of bouncing up and down. But second in the division with 33 and 24 record, 33 wins is among the top. But there are a lot of good teams this season so far. All right, let's look to see if we won another batter of the month. Yeah, this time it's not Teddy Grams. Teddy Grams are the cookies. It's Tyler Grams, who is hitting, for the month, hit 385 with 10 home runs, 24 RBI, and 22 runs scored. I might be hungry. Yeah, I actually have not had dinner yet, although it's still a little early. All right, Ruiz is hitting 347. Miles is leading the league with 23 home runs. And Rand and Ruiz are second and third in RBI. Ezra's got the top 3 WARs, 3 players above 3. And the top win pitcher, second best in strikeouts. Carl James leading the league in WAR and second in R WAR. All right, let's check out the month of June. Oh, the team owner has changed their focus to win now, very early in June. All right, back up in first place ahead of the Red Sox. Oh, we have a Pitcher of the Month award, so let's check that out. We may also have another Batter of the Month award. Okay, no Batter of the Month, but Pitcher of the Month is Barry. 5-0 in 6 starts, 41 strikeouts in 30 innings, a 1.66 ERA. The other way to look at this is he had a 1.66 ERA and still got a no decision. All right, let's go back to the standings view. We are July 1st, so we're going to sim to the All-Star break. 54 and 30, most wins in the AL, and tied for the most wins in the majors with the Padres. Padres have cooled off a bit, but they are still tied for the best record in the majors with Ezra's team. All right, we'll sim to the All-Star game. Oh, that lead is starting to tighten. Highest vote getter is from Ezra's team, David Ruiz. Second in the league in RBI, center fielder, big power eye center fielder. All right, we have one more game to the All-Star break. It is a win. Let's check out the monthly win percentages here for Ezra's team. 571 in April, 577 in May, and then took off in June with a 778 win percentage. But so far in July, it's early, but 417. So if we can maintain that June performance, I think this will be a great run. If it kind of reverts back to the May and April form, we'll have to see. It'll be a tough battle to make the playoffs. Let's check out the All-Star voting. It is one of the things on the leaderboard. Leading in votes at second base is Julian Miles with almost 5 million votes. He's hitting 297 with 32 home runs. A.S. Farley, thank you for the follow. Welcome in. We've got Tyler Grams at third base, third in voting with just over 4 million votes. 21 home runs, almost hitting 300. Chinya Rand at shortstop, leading vote getter. 28 home runs, 330 average. Wow, Miles Straw is the leading vote getter in left field. Wow, he's hitting 328. Miles Straw is hitting 328. Wow. David Ruiz in center field, leading vote getter overall. 31 home runs, 327 average. And the AI not usually good at voting for created pitchers, but Carl James and John Barry, fourth and fifth in voting. 13 and 4 with a 2.69, and John Barry is 12 and 3 with a 2.56. Let's check out the bullpen, though. I feel like maybe we're getting robbed in the bullpen. No, we're not. The closer's got 21 saves, but a 5.4 ERA. The setup guy, Guzman, has 9 holds and a 5.5 ERA. The best ERA in the bullpen is Jeff Goldsmith with a 4.19. John Ginn, though, with the 21 saves, does manage a 1.2 positive WAR. But the rotation's doing the work here. Carl James with a 2.69, John Barry 2.56, Mesa with a 3.07, and Andrade with a 3.31. We won't talk about Papadakis and his 5.25. All right, let's see who was actually selected for the team. So John Barry, Carl James. Not surprisingly, no one from the bullpen. Julian Miles at second base. Tyler Grams at third. Chin Yao Rand at short was voted in, so that's 5. Ruiz is 6. So let me confirm that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 All-Stars. And then let's go to the home run challenge. Do we have any players in the home run challenge? Yeah, Chinyao Ran and David Ruiz are on opposite sides of the bracket. Ran and Ruiz both advance, as do Julian Miles. Oh wait, no, we've got 3 players. Julian Miles, Ruiz, and Chinyao Ran have all advanced. And Juan Soto is the other player. Ran and Ruiz. So EzraDenn is going to win the home run challenge no matter what. David KV Ruiz wins it. Nice. That doesn't happen often. All right, let's go to the scores view. We'll advance to the game itself, and we'll just quick play it. The AL does win 6-5. Player of the game is Jansen. Let's see how Ezra's players did. Miles went 2 for 3 with a run scored. Grams went 0 for 1. Rand went 1 for 2 with a run score. Oh, he had a solo home run. So that's great. Ruiz went 2 for 4 with a run scored and an RBI. Really great batting performances from Ezra's team. On the pitching side, wow, Ezra's two pitchers got the first and second appearances of the game. Barry gets the honor of starting. They each pitched a clean inning with a strikeout. Really great showing here by Ezra's team in the All-Star game. Probably one of the best we've seen in Crater roster. All right, let's finish the month of July. Again, we're trying to dig out of that sub 500 hole for July. I think they might have managed it. They're up to a 624 win percentage, so I think they did end up with a winning record in July after a slow start. Yeah, 14-11. So, not up to the 778 percentage from June, but a pretty good month. Let's see if they can build on that. Now, the leaderboard, I think, is out of reach here already with 41 losses. Second place is still a possibility. Second place is still possible. But also, we've only had one World Series champion so far out of the 5 runs. So that's still on the table. Actually, that 44 losses stayed there for a while. So that was a good winning streak, I think. We'll see if it shows up as a achievement. No, not long enough to be an achievement. So I guess it seemed pretty good. But Rand is hitting 335. Ruiz is hitting 332. Ruiz is in Triple Crown contention. He's 17 batting average points behind Chandler Simpson. He's 1 home run behind Cal Raleigh. And he's leading the league in RBI. Pitching side, James and Barry, the top 2 pitchers by far. And Barry is a star level pitcher. They're second and third in wins. Andrade is the other legend level pitcher, and he is third in WAR. All right, let's sim to the end of the regular season. Oh, actually, let's see. How was that month? 750. So back up almost to June quality there. 21-7. This team is all over the place. 571, 577, 778, 560, 750. I think the leaderboard technically still possible for second place. I think if you run the table, you'd have to run the table here. Yeah, I jinxed it. You lost 3 games as soon as I said that. Rand is now second. Rand is leading the league in average. Ruiz is now third. All right, with 1 game to go, Ruiz has 2 legs of the Triple Crown. His teammate Rand has a chance to win the batting average title. On the pitching side, Barry is second in ERA, first in wins, but nowhere on strikeouts. All right, let's sim the last game. Okay, 103-59. Rand does win the batting title. Ruiz will win the home run and RBI titles. Looks like we might have a game 163 somewhere because we did not get the achievements. Okay, the Padres and Dodgers are tied for the NL West lead. And the Diamondbacks have 91 wins, but they are not going to make the playoffs. Ezra, this is why I suggested you not take the Giants. You would have been in that division. All right, so there will be a Dodgers-Padres game 163. That's kind of awesome. Wait a second. Oh, Brewers-Padres still have a game 162 to play. They had a suspended game. So the Pittsburgh wins that one. Now we'll have the game 163 between the Padres and the Dodgers. It's Blake Snell versus Stephen Kolek. The Dodgers do win, unfortunately. So they're going to take the division. The Padres will get the #1 wild card spot. ERA title for Barry, most wins for Barry. Unfortunately, did not come close on strikeouts. Batting title for Ran. Also, home run and RBI titles for Ruiz. I mean, Ruiz had a heck of a season here. 58 home runs, 332 average, and 161 RBI. He's got to be an MVP candidate. This is also the guy, when Ezra picked him, I said, I think this is a Triple Crown guy. And he came close. He came very close. He's just off the list here in batting average. He said 332. So he was within 6 points of a Triple Crown. Great season there by Ruiz. All right, so let's save the regular season. And let's go to the postseason. All right, we'll speed sim the wildcard round. So the Red Sox beat the Rangers. So Ezra's going to face the Red Sox. The Tigers swept the Blue Jays to face the Mariners. Of course, the Mets were going to Met. They lost to the Diamondbacks, who faced the Brewers, and the Cubs beat the Padres. The 100-win Padres lose to the Cubs, who are going to face the Dodgers. Cubs sim very well. The 2025 Cubs, and actually the White Sox, sim very well relative to their actual performances in OOTP 27. We're going to shift over to the scores. Oh, we're going to make Ezra 4-man rotation, I believe, right? Papadakis goes to the bullpen. And we will ask for a new bullpen setup. Papadakis is the left-handed setup guy, along with Guzman. He actually becomes probably your second best reliever, because he'll get a stuff boost. I think he'll probably be a little better than Guzman. So those of you who don't know, if you take a starting pitcher and put him in the bullpen, OOTP gives them a bit of a stuff boost. You can see that in play in Editor. There's a starting pitcher stuff and a relief pitcher stuff, so you can actually see what it's going to look like. I got to note, look at this pitching starting rotation. 9.9 WAR, 8 WAR, 7.2 WAR, 6.4 WAR. I mean, the starting pitching doing work here for this team, all below 3 ERA. But then look at these bullpen ERAs. 8.16, 8.41, 9.39, 9.22, 10.20. 10.20. And we're not even playing low ball. Amazing. GG's, yes, it is GG's with a 10.20 ERA. All right, let's go to the postseason now. All right, NL's up first. Diamondbacks beat the Brewers, and it takes 10 innings, but the Dodgers walk it off against the Cubs. All right, game 2 for the NL series. Wow, Arizona shuts out the Brewers to take a 2-0 series lead. And the Cubs beat the Dodgers to tie that series up at 1 apiece. In the Max LP 80 Sporer showdown, the Mariners beat the Tigers 7-3. And Ezra against the Red Sox. Gabe Meza on the mound for the Creator roster team. It's a 3-2 win. All 3 runs from Ezra's team coming in the bottom of the 8th. Were they off the starting pitcher? Oh, did they go opener? Wait, what happened there? Did they go opener or did Kelly get hurt? I think they went opener follower. Wow. Interesting. But early gave up all 3 of those runs in the bottom of the 8th. Solo shot by, what's his name again? Not Teddy Grahams. What's his name? Oh, it's right here. Tyler Grahams. Tyler Grahams hits a solo shot, and then Ruiz, MVP candidate Ruiz, hits a 2-run shot. All right, so big come from behind win there by the Creator roster team of EzraDenn. All right, I know it's going to be on a travel day. Danny Wu pitching for the Mariners. And Danny Wu, player of the game, as he wins 1-0, shutting out the Tigers. He pitched 8 innings, 6 hits, no walks, 8 strikeouts. And then the Creator roster team game, Carl James on the mound. 11-1 win, 3-hitter thrown by James. Well, I don't know how many of those innings he pitched, but let's see. 7 1/3, 3-hit ball. And then good level reliever Ginn comes in 1 2/3. Scoreless, no hits, a walk, and 3 strikeouts. Man, Ginn, heck of a performance there. Great pitching from the starter and the reliever on that side. 11-1, decisive victory there by the Creator roster team. So up 2-0 in the, I think it's best of 5, right? For the division series. So Ezra's team on a travel day, as the AL teams are between series or between games. Arizona wins 5-2, so they sweep the series and eliminate the Brewers. Cubs are tied at 1 apiece with the Dodgers, and they win Game 3, so they take a 2-1 series lead. All right, Game 4 in the NLDS. Cubs win again, so they eliminate the Dodgers. Nice. All right, Seattle looking to close out the Tigers. The Tigers win 9-8, scoring 5 in the bottom of the 9th. Ho. All right, so hold on. After the 5th inning, the Mariners are up 5-3. The Tigers tighten up to 5-4 in the 6th. The Mariners score 3 insurance runs to go up 8-4. 3 insurance runs. 3 insurance runs to go up 8-4, and they lose. Oh, man. Could you imagine getting 3 insurance runs and being like, we got this one now. Whew, a lot of breathing room with those 3 insurance runs. 5-run bottom of the 5th to walk it off. Oh, we don't get the game log because it's not human managed, so we don't get to see the details of it. We might get to see, though, if there were home runs. Let's see. Were there any home runs by the Mariners? Oh, no, the Tigers. The Tigers. Home runs. Yeah, so Dingler hit a 9th inning home run with 3 on. So a grand slam, a 2-out grand slam. Wow. Part of those 5 runs is a 2-out grand slam by Dingler. Amazing. A walk-off grand slam after being down by 4 heading into the 9th. Whew, that's brutal. All right. And Ezra's team looking to sweep the Red Sox. They've got Andrade on the mound against Tanner Houck. It is a win. 5-1, sweeping the Red Sox. Ezra, you can apologize to Yuka for that. All right, a little extra rest for Ezra's team. Get a chance to reset that rotation too. Skubal versus Castillo in Game 4. Tigers win. They tie the series up at 2 apiece. They will have a travel day, which means an extra rest for Ezra. And Game 5 will be Casey Mize versus Bryce Miller. And the Mariners win 11-9. So they eliminate the Tigers. They advance to the ALCS. All right, Cubs, Diamondbacks in the NLCS. Cubs win a close one, 5-4. Game 2. Arizona wins in 14 innings, 6-2, scoring 4 in the top of the 14th. Wow. They saved up those runs for the 14th. All right, and then Ezra's team, first game of the ALCS is John Barry against George Kirby. It is a 5-4 loss, a tough loss, close game. After jumping up to a 3-0 lead, Mariners just chip away. How much of that was the bullpen? It wasn't. Papadakis. Wow, Papadakis 1 2/3 scoreless. And Ginn held on. It was Barry and Nunez that gave up the run. So can't really blame the back end of the bullpen for that one. At least it's the ALCS, so you have all 7 games. You can come back from a early loss. All right, game 2 of the NL's on a travel day. It is Carl James versus Danny Wu. Ooh, the Mariners win again, 11-8. 6 in the 7th, 2 in the 8th. Now this smells like a scrub level bullpen game here. Let's see what happened. Yeah, Greer gave up 4 without getting an out. His ERA is still 0 because he hasn't gotten anyone out yet. Wow, that is punishing. Papadakis gives up 2 earned runs in 1 2/3, and then Guzman, who's actually pretty good, gives up 2 in 1 inning. But yeah, this is a bullpen bloodbath here. Greer, 0 outs so far, 4 earned runs allowed, 4 walks, and a hit. Yikes. That's brutal. All right. Down 2 in the ALCS on the travel day. Hopefully the Creator roster team can reset. We've got the Cubs Diamondbacks tied at 1 apiece. Diamondbacks win 7-2 coming off their travel day. They take a 2-1 series lead. Game 4 in the NLCS. Arizona wins again 7-2. They take a 3-1 series lead, and they'll be looking to close out the Cubs in the next game. Game 3 in the ALCS. Creator roster team down 2-0. Down 3-0 on the verge of a sweep at the hands of min LP 80s Mariners. All right, there are some elimination games going on here today, as Arizona looking to close out the Cubs up 3-1. Cubs win 6-2. They will force at least a game 6. And then EzraDenn trying to avoid getting swept in the ALCS by the Mariners. Gabe Meza on the mound. It is a win, 8-6. Wow, still close. 3 in the 6th. Ezra waited to score all his runs until the 6th inning and later. Amazing. All right, Ruiz is maybe starting to heat up. That's his 2nd home run of the postseason. All right, forcing at least a game 5. That's all you can ask for when you're down 0-3. John Barry against Bryce Miller. It is a loss. I'm sorry, Ezra, you've been eliminated in the ALCS. So let me start filling out some of the leaderboard stuff. 103 wins. Playoffs, yes. World Series, no. Championship, no. All right, we'll watch the rest of the postseason in tree mode here. All right, the Diamondbacks finish off the Cubs 4-2. So it'll be Diamondbacks Mariners in the World Series. This is, I think, Max versus Lone Star, right? Max versus Lone Star matchup. And the Diamondbacks win it 4-2. 4 games to 2. All right, 8-13 game score for Ezra. And while we're here, let's take a look at runs scored, 982. third best run score total so far. So very good offense. Runs allowed 778. That's actually, I think, the most runs allowed so far too. So yeah, pretty tight run differential. I think the offense part was good. I think is there a way to improve the bullpen without sacrificing too much of the offense? All right, let's go to the mailbox for postseason awards. All right, Great Glove Awards are up first. No Great Glove Awards. All right, Relief Pitcher of the Year. I think this one's going to be tough. I don't think we had a very strong bullpen year here. 4.20 ERA from Ginn. He did bring it down quite a bit, though, from the All-Star break. 3-7, 39 saves, 4.20 ERA. The whip is good, 1.04. 2.1 WAR, but just too many runs. So I don't think we're going to get any votes here. Relief Pitcher of the Year. Yep. In fact, the top 5 got all the votes. No one else got any votes. And then Silver Sluggers, I think, is next. Or sorry, Platinum Stick Awards. 4. Nice. Let's see who got them. Julian Miles hit 306 with 51 bombs. Yeah, that'll get you one. Chinyao Rand hit 338 with 47 home runs. Enrique Lopez hit 300 with 39 home runs. And then David Reese, 332, 58 home runs. So Ezra, that's tied for the best most Silver Slugger awards in a crit roster run. 4. Rookie of the Year, we don't have anyone eligible because we're using average age players in the player creation engine. But Cy Young Award. Okay, our starters were top notch, so one of them could win a Cy Young Award here. My money's on John Barry, 20-5, 2.25 ERA, sub 1 WHIP. But the AI does tend to like strikeouts, so it might like Andrade here, 17-4, 2.54 ERA, 267 strikeouts. Or Carl James, 19-7, 2.70, 268 strikeouts. Frankly, I wouldn't be surprised if these guys all 3 finish in the top 5. John Barry does win the Cy Young Award. Congratulations, Ezra. Let's see how the rest of the voting went. I said 3 in the top 5. 3 in the top 5. Awesome. That's great. Yeah, Andrade and James round out the top 5. But John Barry, despite getting fewer first place votes than Skubal, gets 6 more points than Skubal. So that is. I'm going to screenshot this. That's interesting voting results there. So 2 fewer first place votes, but 6 more overall points to take the Cy Young Award. That's really cool to see. All right, and then MVP. I think Ruiz is our top candidate for MVP, but let's take a look. We'll sort by OPS. Yeah, Ruiz 1181 OPS. Those 58 home runs, 332 average. Chinyao Ran Lick had a 1044 OPS, 47 home runs, 338 average. And then Miles was the other one with over 1,000 OPS, 51 home runs, 306 average. Again, we could have 3 in the top 5, but I think Ruiz is going to take it here, but we'll see. Especially because there's no Aaron Judge. Maybe they'll take 3 in the top 6, but I think those 3 will be pretty high up there. No, you lost in the ALCS. Juice of Troy, PAX only team, welcome in. But you did win the Cy Young Award, and I correctly predicted you would have 3 in the top 5 in Cy Young voting. I'm saying I think you'll have 3 of the top 6 in MVP voting. Yeah, okay, Ruiz did win it. Oh, you had 3 in the top 3 in MVP voting. Ruiz, Rand, and Miles all top 3. But Ruiz won it unanimously. So congratulations on the double, the Cy Young MVP double. This will be less fun. I need to record your postseason record, which is 4-4. All right, and you did tie for the most Silver Slugger awards with 4. Max LP80 also had 4 in his run. All right, so I think we have enough information where we could do the pack giveaway. Let's do this. I don't like when the pack giveaway is interrupted by ads. So let me push 3 minutes of ads. I'll refill my water, and then we'll do the pack giveaway judging when we get back. And I think the Nolan Network's supposed to be on in a couple minutes, so we'll raid into him as soon as we're done. I think subs can still see and hear me, so I think Ezra can still hear me. So I think, look, I mean, this team was dominant on offense, first and second in the AL in almost every category. And then good on defense, too, except for this 15th in the AL bullpen ERA. So I think one of the things we've learned from this run is I do think the meta is starting to kind of show itself to be position players in the scrub level, or at least a lot fewer pitchers in the position in the scrub level. Because I think one thing we've seen through all these runs is if a player is on the team, the computer is going to play them. Because this guy with a 10 ERA, he still got 45 innings. this 8.16 ERA guy got 78 innings. I mean, part of that is probably that like fatigue, right? So there's no one else to go to at some point. But these guys are getting a lot of innings, and frankly, like the 4.2 ERA guy is under leveraged at 55 innings. And I just think like a scrub position player that the computer puts into a game just hurts the team less than the scrub relief pitcher that the computer puts into the game. Because this offense, when you look at the numbers here, really good offense. First in the AL in most categories, and then when they're not first, they're second. So, I think initially I was thinking maybe you just need to upgrade the number 5 starter so that in the postseason he becomes like a shutdown relief pitcher. But I still think it's not enough because the regular season was 103 wins and the record is 120. What is it? 120. 124. So I still don't think a better 5th starter would help. I think the bullpen needs to be, if not better on the top end, it just needs to be less bad on the bottom end. You've had some lefty specialist legends, but that's in low ball. I mean, yeah, but that's because you're picking them to not appear, right? I mean, I guess you could try the same thing at the scrub level, but it's risky. What else was I going to look at? Oh yeah, I was going to look to see. Yeah, because your bad bench players are still gonna, they're gonna hurt because they are still getting a lot of plate appearances. But I just think a plate appearance, let's say this guy ends up hitting, these bench guys end up hitting 200 instead of 230 because they're scrub guys instead of bench guys. I still think that hurts less than having these scrub level relief pitchers come and just get rocked. But we'll see. I mean, we'll see. I'd be curious to see what EBC decides to run next week. But yeah, this offense is fun to watch. Like these players are great. These stat lines are awesome. 58 home runs, 332 average, 1181 OPS, 10.6 WAR. Just a killer season. Rand 47 home runs, 338 average, 1044. Just top notch. Miles 51 bombs, 306. Lopez almost hit 40, hit 300. Graham's 32 at 285. The other thing is, I think there's definitely need to plan for the DH, right? Because Pallone hit. I thought I was expecting more from his 65 power. He hit 16 home runs and a 206 average. So I think definitely I think can't have so many scrubs in the bullpen. I think a better DH plan. I mean, this team had this good of an offense without really having a DH. Imagine with a DH. This offense was so good. All right, let's take a look at the pack giveaway form. But yeah, I think we learned a lot from Ezra's run today. It was a good one. Huge offensive run. All right, here are the guesses. There's a min LP80 in the mix here. All right, will this team make the playoffs? Yes, they will. Yes, they did. So we have 3 players advancing. Will they win this division? Yes, they did. It was tight for a while. Early season, I think it was still a little bit in doubt, but they end up winning the AL East by 14 games. Will they make it to the World Series? They did not. So min LP80 is gonna win it here. But min LP80 is actually not collecting packs. So second place. The second place round will actually be for first and second place. Min LP80 is Flying WV, by the way. If they had survived, let's see. Well, they win the World Series. They did not. So Ezra would have been right there. Cy Young Award, yes. Flying WV is the only one to get that right. MVP, everyone got that right. And then if it had come down to win total, 103. 103 was the total. Flash would have nailed it with a 10. Flash with a 104 guess. Amazing. Amazing. But Flash will get will be one of the people with 3 bonus points here to start the next round. So let's hide this, and we'll hide this. Oops. Ugh. There we go. Hide. Okay, and then let's resize everything. Okay, so we don't need to judge Flying WV's guesses, having already won. And now everyone's playing for first and second place. Okay, they were first in the division, so they were no games behind. So already now they have 4 points. So Z Grizzly falling a little bit behind there right out of the gate, unfortunately. Okay, All-Stars, there were 6 All-Stars. So Flash gets a solo point there for that one. Gold Glove winners, there were no Gold Glove winners. So Z Grizzly gets a solo point there, which is big as Z Grizzly tries to jump back in here. Platinum Stick Awards, there were 4. So Flash and Ezra get solo points. Or not solo points, Flash and Ezra get points. Alright, and then, is it the mouse hovers? Yeah, we go to the mouse hover question. So let's just grab those numbers here. Alright, so the offensive categories first, fourth, and first. Again, super good offense. And then defensive side, 17th, second, 11th. You know what? Not even that bad. The problem is that 17th in ERA came from the bullpen, which is really high leverage innings. And so I think that 17th was a more painful 17th than maybe some teams might have experienced. Okay, so runs scored first. Huge offense. Great offensive team here. So Ezra gets a solo point. Very nice. Batting average, 4th. So Flash and Z Grizzly will each get a point here. One was 1 point, 1 spot above, one was 1 spot below. Home runs hit, 1st. Wow, solo point for Ezra. Nice. All right, the defensive questions. ERA, 17th. Z Grizzly gets a solo point. Look at this. Finder V had guessed 16th. Almost nailed it exactly. Strikeouts thrown, 2nd. EzraDenn with another solo point. And the defensive efficiency, 11th. Flash gets that exactly right. I'm a little surprised with that defensive efficiency. I didn't feel like Ezra was taking like total clunkers on defense. I actually thought he did a good job balancing offense and defense. So I'm a little surprised at that 11th place in defensive efficiency. Okay, heading into the batting questions. Flash has 5 plus 3 bonus points for 8. Ezra has 5 plus 3 bonus points for 8. And Z Grizzly has 3. Z Grizzly actually can still catch them, though. There are enough questions left still. All right, on the offensive questions, home runs, 58 by the team leader, David Ruiz, had 58 home runs. That'll be Flash with a solo point. Fly W would have gotten it with 63. All right, batting average at least 300 plate appearances. That'll be Chin Yao Ran, a.k.a. Lick. He had 338. Ezra gets 337, so he will take that just off by 1 point. Amazing guess by Ezra. OPS 1181 by Ruiz. Huge season from Ruiz. Why did Flash guess yes here? 1181. Z Grizzly is going to be closest, but Flying W would have taken that one if we're counting Flying W's guesses. And then highest batter war, 10.6 by Ruiz. Z Grizzly gets that one. I think Z Grizzly staying alive, maybe? Flash got 1 point there to move up to 9. Ezra got 1 point to move up to 9. And Z Grizzly got 2 to move up to 5. Yeah, technically Z Grizzly is still alive. He would have to run the table here. Most likely they're going to play spoiler between the other two. Okay, the pitching questions. Strikeouts, 268. Carl James with 268. Andrade with 267. You always answer that yes? That's amazing. 268. Look at Flying W, another one where Flying W was right in there with 267. Z Grizzly staying alive though by taking a point there, solo point for 265 on a 268 guess. All right, lowest ERA with at least 100 innings pitched. John Barry 226. Flash is going to take that with a 218. Very good guess there by Flash. I think that eliminates Z Grizzly, and it gives Flash the lead over EzraDenn. Lowest whip, 0.99 by Barry. Ezra, by far the closest, a 1.02 guess. And by virtue of having the more recent 10th point, EzraDenn currently in the lead. Best pitcher war, Carl James, 9.9. Z Grizzly is going to take that. And Z Grizzly does play spoiler. Taking that last point and preserving Ezra's lead there with a tiebreak. So, Flash finishes with 10. Ezra finishes with 10. And Z Grizzly finishes with 7. So, very good guesses all around. Actually, if Z Grizzly had also gotten that 3 bonus points, it would have been a 3-way tie. Amazing contest. Incredible guesses across the board. It's just that 3-point bonus would have been 10-10-10. Amazing. So by getting the more recent question right, Ezra's going to take first, and then Flash will take second. But yeah, great job, everybody. Super good guesses. And Ezra, thanks for a fun sim and for a really fun pack giveaway competition there. So I think Nolan's supposed to be on right now. Let's double check that. I don't think I saw anything in Discord about him not streaming tonight, but yeah, he's not on. I don't see any other affiliates on. So is this going to be the end of the raid train for tonight? Tonight is it's a kind of 360 playing lowball. Should be a good time. I mean, I could do an early raid into Midnight Sumo, I suppose. Italix is playing Terra Invicta. Terra Invicta, that's the game we saw Ezra play, right? I think we might doubly raid Midnight Sumo tonight. Yeah, let me check the Discord. I wonder if everything's okay on Nolan's end here. Yeah, no word from Nolan, so I don't know. I hope things are okay on his end. Thank you for the scriptures for Crouton. Let me go ahead and deliver those. Hey, buddy. See, Grizzly scriptures for you. All right. Well, I guess we're gonna raid. I don't know, Italics or Midnight Sumo. We're gonna raid Midnight Sumo tonight, so Italics has raided into us a few times too. So let's raid Italics. He also plays OOTP from time to time, and when he does, he plays it like deep for a few weeks at a time. It's actually really fun watching him play it. I just wish he played it more, but when he does play it, it's great. All right, so yeah, so no OTP streamers, not even non affiliates right now. So we're just gonna raid Italics. It's a bummer to lose the raid train. Sorry, Ezra, I couldn't get the raid train to you tonight. But we'll watch Ezra stream tonight, and then hopefully everyone will stick around to watch Kine360 play Lowball Creator roster.